Welcome to the Regal Eagle Report. I'm Lasya. I'm Levleen.
And I'm Encore, and we are your co-hosts.
We're Team 2869, a diverse and inclusive team located at Bethpage High School.
We are aiming for our podcast to be an outlet to interact with other teams and collaborate on varied ideas and thoughts.
We are so excited to introduce our brand new series where we'll be interviewing one team from each state.
Embark on our journey as we'll be aiming to hit every state, reaching our goal of 50.
For this week's episode, we'll be interviewing City Wildbots from Tennessee.
So please introduce yourselves as well as your position on the team. I'll go first. I'm Encore and I'm the VP of Engineering.
I'm Lasya and I'm Podcast Manager.
And I'm Levleen and I'm Fundraising Manager.
And you guys can introduce yourselves.
Okay, hi, I'm Emery. I'm part of the business team.
I'm Amelia and I'm the business lead.
I'm Devin and I'm the co-mechanical lead.
Okay, so let's start off with our questions.
Okay, so our first question is, can you tell us how your team was founded, the origin of your guys' team?
Yeah, so we weren't even a team until 2012, and I think it was the Robertsville Middle School, Ninja Engineers, they got a grant by winning third place in a sumo box competition. It was only $250, but they went to a high school teacher and said, hey, would you sponsor an FRC team? And so I guess that got created then. But yeah.
So coming to your team's name, was there a story behind it? And if so, what is it?
Well, we are from the Secret City, which is the place where uranium was produced for the atomic bomb. But the reason why we're called the Secret City Wildbots rather than something affiliated with Oak Ridge High School is really because we wanted to be inclusive of all people in our area. So we wanted to open our team to people that are homeschooled or people that might not have a first team affiliated with their school.
That's interesting.
And how long have you guys been involved, and how long you said that your team has been here since 2012? So in 2011, how long have you guys been involved in the team?
Oh,
So-
I joined. You
Continue. No, you got it.
Okay, I only joined beginning of this school year, so about August. So it's only a couple months, really.
Mm-hmm. Are you a senior?
No, I'm a junior.
Junior.
Yeah. So I joined my freshman year, which was 2022, and I've been with the team since.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're in junior.
Junior.
Okay.
Amelia?
I'm a senior and I joined this past fall of my junior year.
Got it. Perfect.
So can you guys tell us a little bit about where your school is located? Are you in a city or a small or big school district?
Yeah, we're in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, which is kind of like a suburb right outside of Knoxville, which is a big city, kind of. But we have about 1,400 kids in our school, so medium big.
Mm-hmm.
And do you, you said that you were incorporating people outside of the school? Do you have people on the team that are in homeschooled or not in the school district?
Yeah, we have people from there's someone who lives in Farragut and she's homeschooled and she comes here, and there's also Reed. I don't know anything about Reed.
Yeah. So we've expanded our reach to Knoxville and other areas where they either don't want to be. They're either homeschooled or part of a private school that doesn't offer FRC team. And so I think we have about 15, 17 kids, and probably 6 to 7 of them are not going to our school.
Oh,
That's nice. So since you guys have been on the team, how have you tried to increase your membership from underclassmen?
For underclassmen, I know just this past year, we tried a new thing where we did a little presentation about our team to some STEM classes in our school. And from that, I think we gained a lot of underclassmen. And we hosted sort of an open shop night. So students from our school came and got to see everything that we did. And that also increased participation from underclassmen. But another thing is that sometimes there will be a few middle schoolers or people who are in FLL that want to come and see what FRC is like. So we often have a couple of them during the off season, even during the build season, if they want to stay.
That's good. Do you think these methods were like impactful, or do you think they helped you guys get more freshmen?
I mean, I think they were definitely impactful. I think we got at least like 5 new people, if not more, from these recruitment methods. And considering that our team is pretty small, I think they were definitely impactful.
Great. So now coming to our sponsors and like fundraising, what are some ways our team has gathered sponsors?
So in past years, we presented at the East Tennessee Economic Council, and then more recently, we attended like a local business expo. Local businesses come and just show off their businesses, and so we made a lot of personal connections with people there. We also hosted an open shop night, and so a lot of potential sponsors could learn about the team more personally again. And then we do use more traditional methods like making cold calls, and then we follow them up with emails. But it's really important to build relationships so that we can continue making connections with those people, and they'll want to continue sponsor us. And we thank them. We're wanting to do little pictures this year where we like sign our names around a picture and give them to our sponsors, and then we have a sponsor dinner after build season as well, and they can tour the shop and meet our team. And then we also send a monthly newsletter to all our sponsors as well, so they can catch up on our team.
Yeah, we do a lot of similar things. Like this year we sent thank you cards with our picture, and then we signed them. And we also sent a newsletter out to them as well. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us about some of like your fundraising initiatives that your team has taken that you found to be like the most impactful? And like yeah, go ahead.
One example of that was during COVID, we lost our practice field. So we ended up reaching out to a business called Fire Largo, and they offered us a space. And so through our partnership with them, we actually ended up manufacturing and selling hand sanitizer. So I feel like that was a pretty interesting fundraising initiative. So it really helped us because we both got a practice field, but then we also got to help the community by providing like good resources during COVID.
That's so cool. Do you guys do like more like team funding, or is it more like school funding? Like personal team funding, or does the school funding stuff?
I think it's all personal team funding.
Yeah, we don't do a whole lot of fundraisers though. It's more sponsorships.
Yeah, we mainly just try and like continue sponsorships that we already have.
Yeah.
Okay, now coming more about like to the robot, how has your robot evolved over the years?
Yeah, so our mechanical and programming has evolved over the years. So we've adapted not just a swerve, but a shifting swerve. So it's a 2-speed, 18 feet per second in high and 8 feet per second in low. And so that comes with a range of advantages. But we've started adapting like new stuff. Like we added a turret last year, and this year we started using a 3-joint arm with some inverse kinematics. So just trying to evolve and learn as much as we can with new technology.
And that shifting sword was all made custom, like in-house?
Yeah, so we had a mentor that it works at our local college, University of Tennessee. So he helped out with some of the cam, but we were also fortunate to have like a 5-axis Haas and a water jet and stuff like that in our shop.
Those are definitely very good tools. Do you like, so you said that you were also working on a turret. Like what, have you used that in competition ever, or is it like something you work on now?
Yeah, so that was our 2022 turret, and it really just allowed to shoot anywhere we wanted to under any pressure from teammates.
And like how successful, like the shifting sword, how successful was it? Like, is it?
So in some games like 2022 where there's heavy defense, it makes sense to use the shifting swerve so you can kind of bully through people. But in this year, it didn't make a lot of sense since it was purely a cycle game. And while it had its advantages, I think it's a game dependent, and I think we want to shift our focus to able to do SDS modules, or if it's a game like 2022, we can easily shift back to our shifting sort of modules.
That's
So now we're gonna like gear back to outreach. So is your school district affiliated with any FLL or FTC teams as well?
Our school district, we have a lot of FLL teams. They're mostly at Jefferson Middle School though. There's actually none at Robertsville, and we're wanting to start that up. But all the ones at Jefferson are feeder teams, and they've won Tennessee State Championship 6 times since 2012 and have competed at an international level. And then we actually volunteer at the middle school's boot camp, and so we teach the team a lot of skills they need for a successful season. And then we founded the Secret City Qualifier, and that allows more teams in the area to compete. And then we hosted and volunteered at a local off-season event, the Atomic City Invitational, since 2015. And then that features a sumo ball competition, an alliance challenge, a great ball contraption, and it just introduces a lot of people to STEM and FIRST. And I think 55 teams have competed in the past 3 years at that.
So coming on like outreach initiatives, do you guys want to talk about any like local initiatives you guys have, or even like international initiatives?
So a local off-season event we host it's FRC only, and it's at the Tennessee Valley Fair, and it gives a lot of teams like lots of connections and chances to grow. Like I know that was my first kind of introduction at a competition, and so a total of 74 FRC teams have competed at Robo Rodeo, and that's been at the last 7 years. And we don't know the ones from this year, but yeah.
Amazing. Any like international initiatives you guys have done, or do you guys focus more locally?
I would say we do focus a lot locally, but I know one international initiative we had a couple years ago was partnering with an organization called Oak Ridge Computer Science Girls. I think a couple of girls on our team, they ran a virtual summer camp where kids got to build robots using microbits, and I believe they reached people from 5 countries, so I think that's pretty cool. But as for local initiatives, another really big one for us has been something called Lab in the Box. Outside of like our school district and like our county, there's some really rural places. So we wanted to sort of spread STEM and robotics to them by giving them kits that they could use in school. So we created kits partnering with the Roane State Foundation from Roane State Community College that holds 2 robots, and then it also includes lessons and equipment. So we give these to middle schoolers sort of across Tennessee and East Tennessee. And what we've been working on recently is we've been trying to expand that kit to also teach them about manufacturing rather than just robotics. So we've been working with an organization called America's Cutting Edge to create ACE air engines. So we're giving kids both manufactured air engines that kids on our team and kids in a class at our school called Wildcat Manufacturing have been running on machines like the 5-axis pods that we talked about earlier. But so these kids are going to be seeing the physical parts, the stock that they came from, and they're going to be watching videos to see how you're going between the two. So that's what we've been working on recently to try and add to that. And I think we've impacted over 7,500 kids through this initiative.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. We're doing like something similar with like STEM kits, right? Like sending them international, like different countries. Like whenever members from our teams are going to those countries, we like try to send them with a STEM kit, so like they can include STEM education.
Yeah, to like schools around wherever they're going.
Yeah. Like, do they go to the schools and kind of teach the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
is it part? Okay.
So one of our team members went to Sri Lanka over the summer, and she like called up the school, and they basically said like, yeah, we'd love for you to come and like show the kids the STEM kit and do the project with them.
And since they're on a different schedule, it works out where we're on break, but they're still in school, so that we can go and help them.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, we have another local initiative. We have a grant that enabled us to buy a truck and a trailer, and we fill that with a laser cutter, 3D printers, a desktop POS machine, and mini Tormox, and we'll bring that to a lot of underserved populations like the Boys and Girls Club or the Scarborough Center, and just other surrounding areas as well. And we want to introduce a lot of kids to manufacturing, and so they're able to design their own keychains and print them out, and they can put their own names on them as well. We've attended 2 STEM nights at elementary schools, and kids just like absolutely loved it. They were so excited, and I think a lot of those kids are going to end up going into FLL at their their middle schools, and even possibly the FRC team. And then, oh wait, did we talk about the ACE camp?
No, I don't think we have yet. But another thing that we've been doing, partnering with America's Cutting Edge, is hosting boot camps to make the air engines in our shop as well. So I think we posted 4 of them so far, being involved and wanting to join like our robotics team because of that.
Yeah, that's actually how I got introduced to the robotics team.
Sorry, there's like something really heavy moving around. It's making a lot of noise. That's
So
why
that's why
we're
we're
muting it.
muting it,
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's probably the construction, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys are doing a lot of outreach. Have you guys won Chairman's or Impact in the past?
Yeah, we have. We won the Regional Chairman's Award in 2020, 2021, and 2022.
So like, what initiatives do you guys think helped you guys win that?
Like, what was your main like thing that you think pushed it over the edge?
Well, the ones previously mentioned, like the ORCS girls, but also we have something else called iSchool, which is it's a class in our high school which teaches kids that aren't in robotics a lot of the same skills, and we teach them like Scrum and Agile engineering and like just digital design in general. I took that class and it was such a good foundation. It was only a semester long, but I learned so many skills, and I can apply that even now, although I'm not continually doing this kind of stuff. It was such a great foundation. But it introduced project-based learning and the essentials of design and manufacturing, and it gives businesses to like partner. Gives them opportunities to partner with businesses and create products for them as well.
Yeah. So iSchool has become even like an entire track at our school. It's not just only a few classes. Like you start by learning simple things like simple CAD design and 3D printing in iSchool 1. And then when you go to iSchool 2, you start using smaller machines like the mini Tormox. But then when you move on to the final class, which is called rocket manufacturing, that's what Emery's talking about, where our students are actually making products for real people and real businesses. So they're not only learning how to use the machines in our shop, but they're also learning how to interact with customers and make sure that they're making things that meet the demands of customers.
So, you guys won chairman, so obviously you've gone to world championships. If any of you have gone, can you share like your experience with us, and like what was your favorite part of world champs?
I haven't gone. I don't know. Devin.
Have any
So, I was the driver for the robot at Worlds, so I guess I can give a perspective from that. It's really neat being able to compete with a bunch of high caliber teams, and just being able to flow in a way that you don't really get at some regionals. So, and then just looking at other robots, experiencing new things, new designs, stuff like that.
Yeah, I was like the operator for our robots, so when we went, and it was definitely like very high stress a bit at times, but
Yeah.
And what division were you guys in, David?
I'm forgetting. Hoppers.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were in Dally.
Okay. Yeah. The stress was kind of put on as we started winning more and more matches, and we went undefeated up until elims. So we finished second. I think it was a little bit too good for us since we got eliminated immediately.
Emily, have you been to Worlds?
Yeah, I went to Worlds last year. I would agree. It's definitely very intense, but it's really fun and it's really cool to like walk around to all the different pits and see what everybody has built and like hear about everybody else's outreach initiatives. It's really inspiring to me to know that so many people like want to make a difference in the world. I know that sounds very general, but just being there and seeing how many teams are there that really want to do something, it's really inspiring to me. And another thing, probably my favorite part, was when our mentor Dr. B won the Woody Flowers Award, because I helped edit that essay that had been like taken through the years, written and edited by different people. And I just remember like being in the stands and starting to hear the words that were in that essay, and like I got really nervous and I started shaking. I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way this is actually happening right now. And then they eventually said his name and I was like, wow, this is just amazing. I had no idea that this was going to happen, and I feel like I'm a part of something bigger. So that was definitely my favorite part of it. Really special.
That's amazing. Congrats. So coming another part, what sparked interest in robotics, like for you guys personally? You guys can go like one by one.
Do you want me to go first? Okay. Okay. Well, I had no interest in robotics at all. Like I thought it was like so above me. And so I went to the iSchool class and like I didn't really know what it was, but like just being introduced to how much went into designing things, it was really eye-opening. And then like actually Amelia and another one of our members came and like talked about joining robotics and about the open house they were having. So I went to that and I saw they didn't know how to design things. It was questionable. And then when they showed the video during like their little presentation, that was kind of questionable. So I was like, well, I have those skills. I could kind of help them with that. And so I think joining the team has been so much more than just making designs and videos, though. Like I've been able to be a part of something a lot bigger than myself, and that's why I've stayed, really, because like seeing that we can help like so many kids and introduce so many to design, and then being a part of like this like really small tight-knit community of like these 15 kids, you know, it's been really awesome.
You guys can share like
So my brother was in First Robotics, so I didn't really get dragged in there, but he helped me get more introduced and kind of accommodated to everything. But from there, I think having accountability over like a subsystem or just something, I think that's what really piqued my interest and had me going. And then now that I've taken more of a lead position and I've been able to drive the robot, just seeing something work and seeing your hard work go into something that is producing at a high level. That's what I really enjoy.
For me, I had never been involved in like First Lego League or any sort of robotics, but then the fall of my junior year, I took Dr. Buckner's first high school class. And I just remember like being I was having so much fun with like the simple CAD design that we were doing, and I had never done anything like that, but like really set on being an architect. So I was like, I need to take more of these classes. I need to get involved in this. We want to do more stuff like this. And he was like, you should come join our robotics team. Like, you will never expect what you're gonna see when you walk into the shop. And so I did, and I remember walking in and being like completely dumbfounded, and I felt like I had not ever realized how much I did not know. And so then I kept going, even though I felt uncomfortable. I was like, I want to be part of this. I want to learn how to do all these things that these people are doing. And so I took a lead role on the business team, because our team being pretty small, it was really just like me and one other person. But that's sort of what got me really involved, because I've always been sort of like Emery. I'm into like communication. I'm really good at talking to people. I'm good at designing like flyers. So I was like, I can take my skills and I can use them to help the team. But then since then, I've sort of been getting more into the technical side of things. Like, I've been working on cam for our swerves, and I've been like running the machines. I've been running the pause a lot. So it's just been really cool for me to think about where I was whenever I first walked into the shop and where I am now. And I mean, it's all because I joined robotics.
Yeah. Have any alumni from your team like pursued higher education in STEM, or are they in any jobs now? Do you know?
I think the majority of people that have been in our team have pursued careers in STEM, or they're in college right now. Like, I know right now we have 2 kids who are going to MIT that were on the team in like 2 years ago, I think. And then we've had a lot of people like start their own businesses or just work in businesses that are related to STEM as well. So I would say definitely.
And then are you guys planning to do that too? Or do you know?
I don't know what I'm gonna go
for
in.
me, I mean, oh, Emery, you go ahead.
No, you have a very good answer.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna go to college first. I'll probably go to graduate school as well. But I know what I'm really interested in is like combining architecture with like automation, and then also using that to fight against climate change. So I'm interested in like green architecture, large scale 3D printing, stuff like that. So I think that's the way I want to make an impact in the world.
That's so cool.
Thanks.
And then do the rest of you know if you want to pursue STEM careers as well?
I don't. There's so many options.
Yeah.
Like, I know I want to do something that impacts the world a lot, and I think I'm leaning more towards like a government or law type job. But I could also go like psychology and therapy. Sorry, molecular. But no, I love so many things. So it's hard for me to decide.
Yeah. I think I want to pursue educational in either aerospace or mechanical engineering and get that degree, and then probably work while getting my graduates.
That's really nice.
So those are all the questions, and now will be more of like an open floor discussion. So you guys can ask us any questions you guys have about our team or about how we manage things, etc. So yeah, it's your turn.
Well, I had like suddenly lost my voice. I had a question like, so what do you guys do for like fundraising, or is it mostly sponsorships?
So we do have a lot of sponsorships, but we also do a lot of fundraising as well as a team. So for fundraising, in school we host a lot of like bake sales. Like anytime we have before a large event, we'll like host a bake sale, or after an event where we have extra food, we'll hold a bake sale to just like sell all of it. And we also we have 3 main fundraisers that we do throughout the year. So we have we do car washes in the summer. So we do like one big car wash, and that usually brings a lot of revenue. And for our fundraisers, what we do most of the time is some of the proceeds will go to us, and then we'll choose like some charity organization to give some of the proceeds to them. So we also have a badminton tournament that's more towards like June. So what we'll do is I think last year it was it last year?
Last year was Girls Who Code.
Yeah, last year.
First year was to Ukraine.
Yeah, first year we gave some of our proceeds to the Ukraine Bus Relief Fund, and then last year we gave some of our proceeds to an organization called Girls Who Code. So we like combining that because it also shows that we're giving to our community, and we're not just the only one benefiting. We like giving back to our community as well because they help us a lot too.
Yeah, I think that helps us get more people interested in the event where they it's not just us, it's also helping other charities.
Others, yeah.
And, fundraising thing we do is movie nights in the beginning of the year where it's elementary and middle schoolers we played Spider-Man movies, and then we will sell snacks at the same time and popcorn, so we get money through tickets and food as well.
Oh, and a big bake sale we do towards the summertime. We have an ice cream sale, so that's also brings because everyone's it's hot and ice cream, everyone's always craving it.
That's awesome. So do you guys plan and organize those, or do your mentors kind of do that more?
So other students, so we're mostly a student run team. Well, we are a student run team, and our mentors just help us whenever we have a question. So we're the ones who organize everything, and we just need to ask them for approval, and our principal needs to approve everything. So yeah, it's basically us planning and organizing everything, and the help from our parents as well.
And we also host 2 other events. So we host a practice event right before competitions. So that's the first weekend in March usually. And that we sell food at, we sell registration tickets to pay off the cost of building a field, because it's a wooden field that we have to build ourselves every year. And then
What is it called?
it's called Regal Eagle Rampage. And then we also sell lunch and snacks throughout the event.
That brings us a
Oh
lot.
wow.
Yeah, that's their biggest fundraising event. And then
Okay.
during December, we just had this a couple of weeks ago, we hold a conference called Regal Eagle Roundtables, where we invite teams across Long Island or in our community or whoever wants to come basically, and we talk about some of the new things that we've started, or the teams and us as well. They each make a presentation and they talk about basically anything they want to talk about. So we talked about our fundraising, I just told you guys, the 3 main events that we did, and then some teams talk about their robots, some teams talk about some new initiatives they started, and it's good to good communication with other teams, see where they're at, and for them to see where we're at.
That's more an outreach event.
Yeah, that's fundraising.
Yeah, it's outreach, yeah.
No, but that's really cool. You guys are connecting with the teens in your community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a lot of FRC teams around you guys, or are you the main one?
I don't really know.
We have a decent amount of people. I think there's, I don't know exact number, but probably 4 or 5 teams within a 30-ish minute radius of us.
Yeah, that's definitely, it'll help a bit with
One team we interviewed Arizona, their farthest team was 3 hours.
3 hours away.
So they were
Oh
shocked.
my god.
Yeah. Their regional was all the way in Texas, and they lived in
they have
Arizona.
to travel for the regional. It's crazy. Do you guys have regionals that are close by you, or do you also have to travel to get to them?
So we have one regional that is about 30 minutes down the road, so it's in downtown Knoxville. But we normally travel to a separate regional that it can be upwards of 2 to 3 hours, sometimes more.
Yeah, we've been lucky that we have a regional that's about 20 minutes away for us. That's Long Island Regional. And the past few years, we've been going to the New York City Regional, which is about an hour to an hour and a half, but we have to commute every day, so we don't get to get a hotel or anything.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But one thing we do is we have a full practice field. It's all made out of wood, but we invite teams. So I think we've had 3 or 4 separate teams come down and either practice with us or just practice their autos, practice cycle. So that's always something.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is that hosted like at your school, or is there a separate location?
So that was our practice field at Bio Largo, and so they had a full warehouse, and they only needed about half of it to function. And so we're able to set up like a full carpet, full driver stations.
That's nice.
So it's about 7 minutes down the road.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually at Rampage. We do have a full field, but then after that, we're gonna be this year starting to move into a church that's down the road. That one of the nearby teams' mentor is actually a part of. So then he got us like access to it, so we can put it up and hopefully invite some more teams to come and practice also.
So, any other questions? Okay, perfect.
Actually, I have a question.
Yeah,
Sorry, I thought it was really interesting whenever you talked about like your STEM kits and how you like shared them internationally. And I guess I was just kind of curious how you went about doing that, because I know for us we've only like shared our lab in a box regionally.
Yeah, so the main like STEM activity we do is BristleBots. So what we sent last year, we had 2 main like STEM kits sent internationally. So we had the Sri Lanka one that I told you about, but we also sent these BristleBots to explore Africa. So for this one of our team members didn't have to go, but we sent it to what's it called? Like an organization called Explore Africa. And so we sent the BristleBots to them, and they distributed them to their schools and like underrepresented schools. And they sent us pictures back, and that's basically what we put in our documentation. But we're a very diverse team. So we have team members going to like different countries like India, Australia, the Philippines. So we supply them with STEM kits, and they take it to schools around wherever they live or where they're going to. And they basically talk to the schools and ask them if they can go and like talk about FRC, talk about our team, and do this activity with them. And they take pictures and bring them back to us. So that's basically how we go about doing that.
It's a lot of like personal research about it too, to find like what Explore Africa is and like organization itself. So it's a lot of like we do it and then the mentors approve it and then we start buying the materials.
Yeah.
And we're also currently working with a Hawaii team, and they were also interested in doing a BristleBots thing in their local schools. So we're like helping them fund it and working with them on like a lesson plan kind of thing.
Okay,
So
that's
I
awesome.
do have a question about your guys' robot, I guess. So what would you say is the best part, mechanically, code-wise, electrical, about your robot?
Yeah, so we have had like in 2018 we had a robot go to Einstein Field in Detroit.
Oh wow.
So we have been trying to like simplify our robots a lot. So our past this year robot that just the 2023 robot at competitions, it had 3 motors that weren't part of the drivetrain.
Wow.
So it was as simple as it could be, basically, to try and like make sure it was as reliable as possible. So we'd say like we've definitely perfected the idea of having a pivoting arm that can like go and pick up and shoot and go behind, and we've worked a lot on the code and gotten that basically the designs are basically as good as they're ever going to get. And we've been working on Swerve this year, so we are using the SDS modules.
Great.
Any other questions?
Well, wait. Okay,
Yeah.
this is very broad. I don't know. We've been talking about like, because our events are very like one person oriented, and we're like, if they go off the team, like we don't continue that event. And you guys are saying like you have these like yearly events, like that you'll have every year, and then at a specific month. Like, how do you think you guys like continue those?
So they're very like. Are you talking about like the car wash and the tournament, the movie nights, those events?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
So we just like kind of look at like what's convenient for our team and like our school to do. So it's not like our members have any connections or anything with these events, but like it's mostly like our team as a whole. So for the summer, obviously the car wash because it's like hot and everyone's driving around and like so it's easy to like get cars. Like we hold up a sign basically, so we have like a parking lot and we set up 2 tables and we have a sign and we get cars to come, and that makes a lot of revenue because it's the summertime and the cars you have free time to come to a car wash for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think like it's important to know like how much your school can fund and like when your school is available. Because for us mostly like the events we hold, we try to make it more off-season events because we know we're busy during both season. So we make sure our off-season events are like major hits basically. Like we make a lot of money out of them. So yeah, I think most of the events we hold, none of them are really member based. So I think it's important to find out when your school is available. Like beginning of the school year is like a good time to start because you guys have much more like the past year. You guys can start like starting your team off by showing like to the school district like, oh, this is like we're robotics, we're our school's robotics team, and this is a movie night, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And also,
Okay.
like we have elementary school, like 3. We have 3 elementary. Yeah, 3. We have 3 elementary schools in our district and 1 middle school. So we also like a lot of them come to our events. So like it's convenient for us because they're so close to us and they're able to attend our events. And yeah.
Yeah, we also make sure that like we incorporate the underclassmen into our event planning. So we're lucky that despite having a somewhat small school, we have a lot of members in robotics. So we can easily include underclassmen and try to get them involved in the process so that when they have to do it in future years, they know how to do it and they can easily continue it.
And like when we graduate, the underclassmen would know how to take care of it, how to make flyers, how to advertise it, things like that.
Okay. So like, do you have them like just watch the upperclassmen make them?
We have training groups. So for operations specifically, we did like a fake scenario of like they came up with an event and they planned everything out so that they basically know the process of how we do it and how we implement them to actually happening. So they kind of know the process, and then when we graduate, they'll know, oh, this is what we're supposed to do, this is how we're gonna do it, and then
we need it like done by this time.
Yeah, we need like the deadline and everything. Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting that you have like a practice one. That's cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
It also helps that like once we do it once, it's fairly easy to do it again. Because a lot of these events, like once we do it once, now other clubs know that they can't do it, so we can just do it again, and we know that the school will allow us to do it because we have done it in the past.
And they get to know the process, and they'll know what to do.
And after that, they start realizing like, oh, they have like a movie night during this time, so we need to have something set up.
Yeah. Okay. And then like. So like you have that practice for like outreach events. You also have that practice for like technical things, like with building the robot.
Yeah. So in terms of like mechanical practice, we're currently working on like building an elevator and building a hooded shooter to like practice in case one of those things is useful for this year. And we also like in terms of programming, we have them to make like an example like code structures for different robots that might just make up stuff and they have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Electrical, I know they work on just training the skills that they'll need, not necessarily like doing like a full robot, but just like the skills of soldering wires and planning out a board on the software that they use.
Yeah.
So, and then during the season, we'll also incorporate them a lot. So I know electrical is currently 2 seniors and 2 juniors. I know like the main people in electrical. So I know the seniors are planning on like, we're going to do this parts of it, the juniors are going to do that part, so that next year they'll know how to do it, and then they can train younger people and keep that cycle going, basically.
Yeah, okay. How many people would you say are on your team?
I'd say there's probably like 45 people total. But not everybody shows up today, obviously, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
A core of like 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Perfect.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for coming on. I know there were like technical difficulties, but
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing about your
Yeah.
team with us.
And good luck for your build season and happy holidays. It's like a Christmas special.
Happy
Yeah.
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, thank you guys.